Hey, y'all know the drill. Make sure before the video gets started, y'all hit the gear icon at the bottom, click quality, and hit 1080p or 4K to get the best quality out the video. Appreciate y'all. Okay, why didn't you want to commit at that time?
I feel like I was young-minded. Like, I was fucking up bad. I was texting people on my Snapchat, flirting and stuff like that. So I wasn't really in it for real. Like, I'm thinking it's just some fresh out of high school, you know. He was finna go to college, so I wasn't really expecting too much out of it.
I heard people say, you know what? I just want to be single right now, or I just wanted to be single.
That's me right now.
This the thing I feel about that. Mm-hmm. Is it possible? Yes. I'm not saying it's not possible. But as men and as women, we have a natural urge and inclination to the opposite sex. Mm-hmm. So if you got that urge, but you are not committed to a particular person, then what does that mean? That urge will lead you to talk to multiple people or deal with multiple people. That's dangerous for a multitude of reasons. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? If somebody who kidnapped you, brought you to their land, treated you like less than a human, gave you a book and said, this is God.
My dad said the same thing.
Well, if they say this is God, okay, the question is, are they credible?
Yeah.
This is what we have to ask ourselves. Will a person who don't treat me right teach me right? Will a person who treat me less than a human teach me about God? If you learn the truth about God, it'll liberate you. Do you think your former slave master got any plans on liberating you? All right, y'all, welcome back to another episode of the Don't Be a Viking podcast. Today I got a new face with me. Now I need you to introduce yourself by name, age, and relationship status.
Okay. My name is Olivia. I'm 22 and I'm single.
Okay. How long you been single?
I've been single really since 2022.
Okay. How long was your previous relationship?
So I was on and off with somebody from 2020 all the way to this year, but we wasn't really in a relationship. We were just toxic, you know, trying to see what I'm doing. I'm trying to see what he doing.
Okay.
Yeah,
so why, when I heard on and off, this first of all, I'm going to say what I think. Secondly, you tell me why was it on and off? Was it you didn't want to commit? He didn't want to commit? Like what kept it from going into a real relationship?
Both. He didn't want to commit. Then when I want to commit, he didn't. Like, it was just, we were never on the same page.
Okay.
Ever.
So who wanted to commit first? Who expressed it first?
He did.
Okay.
In the beginning, 2020.
Okay. Why didn't you want to commit at that time?
I feel like I was young-minded. Like, I was fucking up bad. I was texting people on my Snapchat, flirting and stuff like that. So I wasn't really in it for real. Like, I'm thinking it's just some fresh out of high school, you know. He was finna go to college, so I wasn't really expecting too much out of it. Okay,
so you would just, at that time, rather being single than being in a relationship. All right, so how long did it take for you to say, you know what, I do want to settle down, and he the one I want to settle down with?
Probably about a year.
Okay, so 2020 he wanted to, 2021 you wanted to. Why didn't he? Did he ever give you a reason, or he was just blowing it off?
He was fucking up. He was fucking up bad.
Yeah. So y'all tried it, and he was just messing up.
Yeah, we tried.
Okay.
Yeah. He would say, like, I want to be left alone. My life is not where I want it to be. Stuff like that. And I wasn't really acting upon that. Like, I wasn't
listening to him.
Yeah, I wasn't listening.
How was he messing up? He was cheating? Okay. So you didn't cheat the first time, but you wanted to talk to multiple people. Then after he gave you his word, like, yeah, let's do it, he still was talking to multiple people. All right. This the thing, when I think of somebody saying we were just on and off or whatever, I'm like, bruh, somebody liked the other person. The other person didn't want to commit.
Yeah.
That's simple. Like that's why y'all wasn't official. Then I heard people say, you know what? I just want to be single right now, or I just wanted to be single.
That's me right now.
This the thing I feel about that. Is it possible? Yes. I'm not saying it's not possible. But as men and as women, we have a natural urge and inclination to the opposite sex. So if you got that urge, but you are not committed to a particular person, then what does that mean? that urge will lead you to talk to multiple people or deal with multiple people. That's dangerous for a multitude of reasons. You know what I'm saying? Not even just disease or a baby. That's dangerous for you mentally and emotionally to keep going through. Like, and you will tell yourself, it's nothing deep. We just go on dates, or I just sleep with this dude or this dude, and da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa on the dude side, like, these just my little females. I just da-da-da. And we don't give it too much thought of what it's doing mentally and emotionally. So when I hear folks say, I just want to be single, I question it, because unless you got your discipline down so damn good, where you literally gonna stay to yourself, which I doubt.
What you mean, stay to yourself sexually?
Not even just sexual, like that's probably the main part. But even if you keep your sexual urges down pack and you just keep going on dates with folks or just keep talking to folks, this is still negatively impacting you, because let's say you don't have sex with nobody. You talk to 10 dudes in the span of, let's say, 2 years. These 10 dudes, you probably just talk to this dude for a week or two. You probably talk to this dude for like 5 months and man, everybody got their duration. But when you get with your real partner that you really want to marry, let's say on year 3, you do that for 2 years, then year 3, you really meet somebody you want to kick it with. Now that you had all these experiences, some experiences were great. Like, that's a dope dude. For whatever reason, y'all just chose not to go forward. This dude garbage, this dude garbage, this dude was alright, bam, you got your mix. When you get with that man, you like, dang, like, yeah, this the one. Like, we going strong. From all these different experiences, now you bring all of that with you in a relationship, because now every experience is a part of you now, for the good or for the bad. So it might manifest itself in multiple reasons. This dude probably cheated on you or lied to you in this way. You probably, all right, looking out for that. And a new dude, which looking out for it not necessarily bad. Look out for it. Do what you gotta do. But you might present it in a way to turn the dude off. Or this dude probably did something super good. The dude you got in there, amazing. He just lacking this one thing. But since you experienced that one thing before, you like, well, if he ain't got this, I'm a deal breaker. You know, so that's why I'm like, when folks say you want to stay to yourself or you want to be single right now, on one hand, I get it. On the other hand, my thought process is like, man, we should try to prioritize marriage just like we prioritize everything else in life. Like, don't put that off and say, I'll get married when I'm 35. Hell nah, if you get married now, bam, do your thing. You know, so why are you choosing to remain being single right now?
I'm just waiting for God to send me. Okay. Like, I don't even want to say that, because I heard like the woman's supposed to go out and find the man. What
that's interesting.
Yeah, I heard that before. Interesting.
Do you think that's correct?
I don't think neither is correct.
Okay.
Like, okay. You know, I don't know though.
I would have to ask, how would she go seek the man?
Like, maybe tell him that she's interested some type of way.
Okay.
Shoot her shots. Oh.
If the woman just verbalized that she's interested in the man, I don't think nothing wrong with it. You see something you like,
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. As far as actively searching, that's the part we got to be careful for, because I don't think searching is wrong either. Yeah. Search. Like I said, this is something we should prioritize. How and where you search is the iffy thing.
So what do you think? How do you think I should search?
I think, let me ask you this. What do you do on a daily? Like, what does your life consist of?
I work, go to the gym. I go out sometimes, like once a month. I go out. That's it.
Okay, where do you go out? Like clubs, bars, lounges?
I know that's not somewhere. Okay. That's not somewhere to find no man.
Yeah, but that's just where you go to kick it. All right, cool. I'm not going to ask, do you believe in God? I think every black person believes in God. Like, that's not even a question I feel like would be necessary to ask. Yeah. I'm going to ask, are you religious as far as like a church, like, or a mosque, synagogue, wherever you go?
I'm not religious. No.
Okay. But I know you believe in God. Okay, cool. When people, and I'm not trying to say you contradicting yourself, because I get it when people say they not in a religious house. Like, because I just started being in one like 3 years ago. Before that, I swear I only been to church like 2 times in my whole life. Like, no exaggeration. And both times I was forced to go. Like, it's just, I ain't even gonna get into that right now. But since you believe in God, but you don't go to a religious house.
I do sometimes, like once a month.
Okay. But it's not like you're not embedded in it.
I just take their messages. Like, I don't take it like Jesus.
Yeah.
I believe God is something within. Like, I don't take the story. I believe, I'm gonna just say Jesus and all the stories. They're just stories, metaphors, all that.
Oh my God, that sound like a breath of fresh air, bro. Like this the thing, and I'm not gonna go off on this tangent. I'm just saying this to keep it simple. If somebody who kidnapped you, brought you to their land, treated you like less than a human, gave you a book and said, "This is God."
My dad said the same thing.
Well, if they say this is God, okay, the question is, are they credible?
Yeah.
This is what we have to ask ourselves. Will a person who don't treat me right teach me right? Will a person who treat me less than a human teach me about God? If you learn the truth about God, it'll liberate you. Do you think your former slave master got any plans on liberating you? No. So if they give you a version of God, or if they give you a book, it is not to free you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see how this is hard to understand for people. Now they'll say, but Jesus is the way. I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
What interpretation of Jesus? Are you taking the interpretation that your enemy gave you?
Yeah.
The Jesus that literally walked on water?
Right.
The Jesus that was born from a ghost? You telling me his dad that goes, a ghost came, got his mama pregnant, and now bam, Jesus came out. I be trying to tell people, bro, the reason they teach you this version of scripture is because you can't replicate it. Your daddy a man, my daddy a man. If Jesus' daddy was a spirit that somehow emitted semen, I don't know how a spirit had the faculties to put semen in a woman, but somehow Mary got pregnant and it wasn't from a man. But you tell me I should look up to that Jesus as a role model. And this Jesus literally walked on water. Gee, this Jesus impossible. Yeah. But you want me to follow him? No, but like you said, if we understand scripture correctly, we get it. Like, oh, I get when Jesus turned water into wine. I get what it mean by the Holy Spirit. Like, I get it. Like, then I just told a young brother the other day, I'm like, well, if you think I'm cap, just do your research. I'm like, Google. I'm like, I ain't even telling you to read the scholars I read. I ain't even gonna take you through that. Google who is Jesus' daddy. It's gonna tell you Joseph. But your whole life, you've been thinking a ghost came and got on Mary. Like, we ain't even gonna go down that path though. But what I was gonna say, the reason I asked that question, what version of God do you believe in? Meaning, like, you know a God exists, but the only reason you know a God exists is somebody told you this. Like, you didn't come out the womb knowing it's a such thing as God. So since you not taking on the doctrine of the church, but you know God exists, what is your knowledge on God if you're not getting it from the church?
I get it from myself. Like, if I speak something, just as an example, like if I speak something and it comes into, comes into fruition, I'll be like, okay, that's God. I feel like God is just, a higher consciousness,
I agree. Do you think it's
and then I had to learn it from knowledge, huh?
Do you think it's like
one?
How can I say it? Like, do you think it's a top God, like a ruler of everything? Or do you think, no, it's just us? Like, we are the ones? That's
a good question. I think we are okay. Yeah, I think we are gods. Yeah. But it is a higher, like, it has to be like one one God, but like all these religions, different languages type of thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I get what you're saying. You ain't gotta explain to. I get what you're saying. There's a man, but sure enough, we talking about we be on the games. So that's funny. But I agree with you. Mm-hmm. I agree with you so much that it's nothing to disagree about. Mm-hmm. So since you believe in God and you know God is within us and we are gods and we are seeking that higher consciousness, this is how I answer your question. To seek a man, you have to, for lack of a better word, know what a man is. To know what a man is, you got to know how a man was made, what's the man's function and nature. Yeah. If I hand you a screwdriver, if you have no knowledge on a screwdriver, you wouldn't know what the hell to do with it. Yeah. But if I hand you a screwdriver and you know the function of the screwdriver, you know exactly how to use it. You know how to utilize it, how to get the most out of it. Likewise, if I tell you to find a man, but you don't have knowledge on the nature of a man and what a man's supposed to be, you don't know his function. Your
fiance just asked me, she was like, what do you want in a man? I'm like, I don't know, somebody to lead me, but I never really thought about that. What are the functions of a man? Like a true man.
Yeah, that's a good question. Like, not what you just be seeing every day. Because, bro, we can go downstairs, whatever. We can line up 10 men, and these would be 10 totally different men. Like, it's not one set man. So, how I think you should look for a man is first try to study what a man is supposed to be. Now, this the thing. To study what a man's supposed to be, you got to study how God created a man. Now, this the thing. It's like, damn, so we got to take on the church interpretation. No. Do I think God is real? Yes. Do I think the church got his interpretation down correctly? No. Man, I'm trying not to go down that path, like go talk about the whole thing. But I'm going to say, that's the answer. Like, see, what do a man, how a man's supposed to be? You ain't even gotta just look in the Quran or look in the Bible to see how a man's supposed to be. You can look at history. I made a video the other day going over the difference in masculinity. Some people I had on previously said it's a such thing as toxic masculinity. I said, I don't think so. Masculinity and femininity are divine attributes that came straight from God. Cool. If God made masculinity and femininity, it can't be toxic or corrupt. Because if God divine, he can't make some corrupt. That'd be stupid. That's an oxymoron. So I was like, masculinity can't be toxic. But I get what you're saying. A man can act in a toxic way. But if he do that, that's him not acting masculine. So he either being masculine or he not. If he being masculine, he good. If he not being masculine, that's toxic. Simple as that. So I made a video the other day talking about, is it a such thing as toxic masculinity? Depending on how you look at it, you could say, if you go off the concrete definition of masculine, which just means like what's generally associated with men. If right now today, men start wearing fingernail polish, purses, and lashes, and they do this for 200 years, on their 201st year, that will be masculine because that will be what's typically associated with men. So I'm like, different people have different masculinities. Black people have no history of toxic masculinity. The only way we do toxic masculinity is after we came under white colonialism and white oppression. Now we taking on their mindset and now we treat our women like they treat their women. So I'm like, cool. Now you can see the shift. So if you want to know what a man is, look at black people. Like, study your own people history. Studying that history, it'll show you, damn, this how you supposed to treat a woman. Like, this how everything's supposed to go. But where you will find a man, the only place I can think of, I'm not even just trying to be biased because I'm a part of it. Like, the only physical place I know is the mosque. I know people not familiar with that language. The mosque just mean like temple or church, basically, but for Muslims. Now, people think Muslim, they like, Arabs blowing shit up. That's what I thought before I became Muslim. Like, cause we don't know what Muslim is, and the only thing we think of is Arabs. I'm with only black people. Like, that's like, what? Like, only black Muslims? You see what I'm saying? But this the only environment I know that cultivate men and cultivate women to grow in a proper way. But a regular environment, I wouldn't even know, because it's like you can find somebody everywhere. You say the gym, I think that's a good spot. Yeah. But it's like, I be in the gym. My homies be in the gym. My friends be in the gym. Everybody. I know my homie's personal life. I know my friend's personal life. I wouldn't necessarily suggest a female to just, he the perfect one for you. You know what I'm saying? So really, I don't even think it's about where you find them at. I just think it's about studying them after you start talking to him, saying, damn, is he fit? How would you think you examine a man to see if he fit? All right, y'all, we're going to stop this video right here. We're going to end this episode 1, and we're going to open up episode 2 where we left off now. Appreciate y'all for tapping into this episode. If y'all like it, subscribe, comment, like, share it, all that good stuff, and tap in to episode 2.